not daily, certainly on a weekly basis, to maintain that balance and to engage in self-care and not just put all of your focus on building your business or advancing in your profession.
I like that. I like the book, The Top 10 Best Investments in Yourself, Powerful Yet Simple Strategies to Create an Extraordinary Life Now. And you can find that by going to Wendy Nolin, and it's WendyNolin.com. And get the book. I highly recommend getting the book just for a couple reasons. One is because I love it when people buy books. It means they're going to grow a little bit. But two, it might be able to help you. I mean, there's an idea there, and it might be able to help you help someone else. So that's a great thing. I have a question for you, Wendy. You know, it's summertime, and I've been talking a lot about this since May. We do vacations, most of us, in the summertime. It just seems the way we're set up. We have either children out of school, or you know, it's just an opportunity of good weather. When you go on vacation, as a business owner, okay, or as a coach talking to someone, might be a trick question. Surely you can't take your desktop, right? But do you take your tablet, your laptop? Do you leave it all at home, pretend you're not going to do anything, and sneak around on your phone? How do you create that balance? Do you?
Gosh, you know, that's a good point. I know that I've worked for bosses in the past who just could not disconnect. And, you know, I have always been of the opinion, even when I worked in corporate world, I left and put my full faith and trust in my team. And by doing so, I empowered them. And I told them, I said, unless the building is on fire or someone is bleeding, don't call me. And so I do the same thing for myself. You know, what I find I end up coaching people on the most in the very first session is two things: deservability and boundaries. A lot of clients don't feel that they deserve to disconnect and that they deserve to be successful and that they deserve to make as much money as they can. And then the other one is they don't feel like they deserve to put the company on, not the company, but put their brain on hold to take care of themselves. And they don't do anybody any favors when they're constantly checking in on their teams, because it sends a message subconsciously, whether they realize it or not, that they don't trust them and that they don't believe that they're capable of running the store or running the show or running the company without them. And I have found when I have completely disconnected and gone, you know, quote unquote, off the grid, the team does great. In fact, they do a lot better when I wasn't around. Because right. I'm not there, you know, putting any undue pressure or stress on them. I've never been accused of being a micromanager, but it was subconscious to them that when I left and put them in full control and full responsibility for the management and the day-to-day operations, they stepped up and they thrived. And that, you know, that made it even easier for me to be able to go away. And so, you know, even as a small business owner now, you know, I don't have a big team, but I still don't, you know, I when I took that time off last weekend, my 3-day weekend, I really did disconnect. You know, I still had my phone on and I had it with me. I turned off my email notifications unless there was something really urgent, and I did actually have one urgent email from a dear friend of mine that it was more of a personal request. But if anything came in that was work-related, I didn't even check it. I didn't even bother to open it. I didn't acknowledge it. I really disconnected, and, you know, just being able to disconnect like that and shut down, turning off technology, we have got to give our brains a break sometimes. And it's when we really disconnect and shut down and observe the boundaries that we have set for ourselves and then enforce the boundaries that we have with others, that we all truly benefit. And part of boundary setting is setting boundaries for ourselves and then making sure that we're holding ourselves accountable to our own boundaries. And I found myself breaking some of my own boundaries And then I wonder why I'm getting into the hot water or creating the issues that I am, because I'm not observing my own boundaries. So I became very aware of that and realized, okay, well, if I'm going to expect other people to honor my boundaries, I have to be the shining example to the world of how I'm supposed to observe those boundaries myself.
Yeah, I love that. Leading by example is probably the hardest thing, but the most rewarding thing, because you benefit first, which proves that you're worthy of teaching it because you know it works. And the other thing I want to touch on quickly is, because we're running out of time, is you said that when you go away, it empowers your team. And I'm a supporter of that. And what I think that people need to realize, whether it's a couple of people that are virtual assistants in a small setting of a solopreneur, or just some resources that you might use or things you put in place, when you empower your team, when you come back, the team runs better, so you don't have to work as hard. But I think a lot of us have control issues. I think it's just built into our personality, you know what I mean? But so my first guest left a little something for my listeners to work off of, and I want to see, she said the answers are always within you.
Yes.
What would you leave our listeners today so that they can carry out the rest of 2015 with something that would keep them focused on a tip, a nugget, something that you might use that allows them to, snap back out of that daydream?
Yeah, you bet. Great idea is to end with that one thing. So my next book is called Own Your Greatness, and it's really a blueprint for how to truly own your greatness. And I think the most important thing that I would like to leave the listeners with is to understand that, especially the small business owner, you do not have to be all things to all people in your business. Own what you're great at. Figure out what you're great at. You already know what you're great at. Like Diane says, you already have the answers inside of you. And really reflect on what it is that you know that you're great at. And everything else, delegate. Give up the things that are the biggest time wasters and the things that are holding you back the most. It's called bold, massive action. When you can take bold, massive action and let go of that one thing that's holding you back, and let go of that one thing that is keeping you stuck wherever you are, that allows you to step into your greatness and really become just a heat-seeking missile on the way to achieving the success and the greatness that you have within you.
I love it. I love your website. I really like your website. It is very helpful. It's very easy to understand. You have a few different services. You have the Coach on the Go, 30-day Jumpstart, individual coaching, group coaching, and the Business Boot Camp. And it's when I go to the website, I'm a website junkie. I'm always trying to learn, right? When I go there, it's very easy to understand. I don't have to pull out a book and start looking things up to see what you mean. It's very self-explanatory. So if you're out there listening and you feel as though Wendy is a fit for you, check out the website, Wendy Nolin. It's NOLIN.com. Check it out. Connect with her. Sign up for the top 10 best investments in yourself free. So it's a blog, and I already receive it, so I can tell you firsthand. I'm reading it, okay, and I've spent a lot of time reading people's newsletters and blogs because it gives me an idea of what my competition or what potential clients are out there doing, reading, and understanding. So it's great to stay educated, and I thank you for helping us with that on your website. Wendy, I hope that when the next book comes out, you'll come back and visit with us and share some more of your great stuff with us.
Thank you, Tony. I've had a great time. Appreciate being here.
All right. We look forward to following along and seeing you in the big lights. It looks like you're on your way. If I get to Austin, I'll be looking you up.
You got it. Love to see you. Thanks, Tony.
All right. Thank you. Folks, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back and and recap the show. Remember, you can go to Wendy Nolin, that's NOLIN.com. Check out the website. I'm telling you, if not for anything, you're going to see, well, maybe where you made some mistakes on your website, how you can get some help in your business, how you might be able to refer someone else to learn more about what Wendy's out there doing. And most important, you'll be able to pick up a copy of her book. Okay, it's a good investment that you need to make in yourself, right? The top 10 best investments in yourself. Powerful, yet simple strategies to create an extraordinary life for yourself now. So we're going to take a break. We'll come back and recap the show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Listen to The Legal Eagle and The Coach each Wednesday from noon to 1 p.m. on Tough Talk Radio Network. Leading local and national experts in business will share their keys to success so that our listening audience can be educated and entertained along the way to becoming all they can be. So whether you're new to business or highly experienced, The Legal Eagle and The Coach with hosts David Alterburn and Brian Kaiser is a great radio program for you. For more information, go to legaleagleandthecoachradio.com.
All right, welcome back. Now, make sure today at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time you tune in to Legal Eagle and the Coach with host David Altenburn and Brian Kaiser, coming to you live out of the Tough Talk Radio Network. What a great day. What a great interviews. What a great show. I'm always super excited after doing my radio shows. I can tell you, folks, I do 2 shows a week. There's a lot of times when I don't feel like doing the show. You know, do you ever wake up like that? You don't feel like going to work, and then you get to work and you go, oh, my goodness, I'm so glad I did this today. It really made a difference. I can tell you, every time I do a radio show, I'm totally sparked to continue my day in a positive way. What is it for you that makes you do that? If you can find it, hold on to it and make sure to use it to your advantage. My first guest, Diane Williams, was her website is Mind of a Goddess, okay, .wordpress.com. Learn more about her book that you can purchase through there, Angels in Action. It's a series of inspiring stories that will help you move through your day. My second guest, who we just spoke to, Wendy Nolin, and Wendy wrote a book, The Top 10 Best Investments in Yourself, Powerful Yet Simple Strategies to Create an Extraordinary Life Now. Make sure to check her out, WendyNolin.com, NOLIN.com. And, you know, if you want to be a guest on the show, make sure to go to workshop-wednesdays.com. You can go to Tough Talk Radio Network and learn about all the shows that we have here on the network. You can also find out more about being a host on the show. We're running a great opportunity for everyone out there, whether you're a podcaster looking for more visibility, or you're looking to do a show with a little bit of help, or if you want someone to do it all for you except the interviews. Check us out, toughtalkradionetwork.com. and click on Become a Host tab. I want to make sure that everyone out there knows that there's all kinds of opportunities in your world. As my first guest said, the answers are always within you. Take a look inside, see what you can learn, and make sure, as we talked to Wendy Nolin about, having balance, right? And setting boundaries and having balance. Make sure to understand what it is that you want and create it, okay? So I hope everyone has a great day, a great rest of July, and maybe 1 or 2 days that are left in it. And just make sure, folks, stay focused on what it is that you want to do. Don't allow anything to interrupt that focus until the end of your day. Spend time with your family. My name is Tony Gambone. I'm the host of Workshop Wednesday. We're here every Wednesday from 10:30, 11:30 Central Standard Time here on the Tough Talk Radio Network. And remember, stay tuned in 30 minutes from now to Legal Eagle and the Coach with David Altenburn and Brian Kaiser. That's my show for today. I hope everyone has a blessed day. We look forward to seeing you next week.
This has been another edition of Workshop Wednesdays, brought to you by the Tough Talk Radio Network. A special thanks to all of our sponsors. If you'd like to be a sponsor or a guest, please go to toughtalkradionetwork.com.